This is the Lock-Picking Lawyer, and the lock I have for you today is one of extremes. It is extremely beefy, it is extremely well designed. Unfortunately, the execution is extremely bad and is extremely easy to open. This is the Rav Bariach, I hope I'm saying that correctly, series RB-200 K-Lock. Let's talk about this lock. It has a 6-pin dimple lock on the side that when you insert the key and turn, releases a 16mm shackle. That's right, I've tested and owned 14mm, 12mm, never 16. Now you might think that's only an extra 2mm in diameter, which is true, but that extra 2mm translates into another more than 30% extra shackle mass. So that's a huge improvement. It's going to be a very hard shackle to get through. I doubt most bolt cutters would even get around that, and sawing through it would be an afternoon event. Let's look at the body of this lock. That shackle is held in place by a solid steel rod with two notches cut out of it. When those notches are aligned with the shackle hole, the shackle can go in and out. When it is sideways, that shackle is in there for good. There is no shimming this lock. The body itself, we have seen bodies like this, but usually they're made out of something like 1/8 inch hardened steel tube. This is made out of a solid steel rod with just a couple of holes drilled out, 2 for the shackle, 2 drain holes, a hole that reaches all the way through so you can remove a screw and take the core out, and then finally there's a hole for the core. So let me show you why I think the execution on this lock was poor and why I think it's extremely easy to open. Let's start by opening her up. I am not going to single pin pick it, I'm just going to rake it. This is the rake I'm using. Oh, reset. There we go. So that was something like 10 seconds to open up. Let's take that core out and show you why it was so easy to open. Okay, when you take this out, you'll see a couple of problems. First, this whole body is made out of aluminum. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. When you have a hole, you've made everything out of solid steel, you put an aluminum core that's going to be easily drilled out. Not sure why they would do something like that. You put a key in here and just look at the tolerances on that. Zoom in a little so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And this core just flops around in there. So poor tolerances, poor materials, which would make this extremely easy to drill out. It's just a disappointment, a lock of extremes. Why would you put a 16mm shackle, a solid steel billet body, and then drop this piece of garbage in there? I would take it apart and show you more. However, the only way to take it apart is to drill out that tiny little brass pin, and I don't feel like doing that. There's really nothing in here worth seeing. I did have an idea on how to make this better. I was looking at this and I thought, how about dropping a rim cylinder in there? It seems like it would be absolutely perfect, even down to the location of the holes. However, when I went and checked, thought maybe I'd just drop a Medico in there, you just barely miss out. So if I want to do something like that, I guess I'll have to either put a lock on the lathe or bore that out a little bit more. Probably the lock. I don't know if I'll invest the time to do it, but I thought I would note the possibility. So that's it for now. This is the Rav Bariach RB-200 K-Lock. not that impressive overall, but wow, look at that construction. 16 millimeter shackle, solid billet body, and an aluminum core. That's it for now. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.